Low back pain. If you haven't felt it yet, you probably know someone who has. It's actually one of the top reasons people miss work or struggle with daily life, affecting hundreds of millions of people around the world every single year. In fact, almost 40% of adults experience low back pain at some point annually. That's a lot of sore backs. But here's the thing. Most low back pain isn't caused by something serious or dangerous. Doctors call it non-specific low back pain, which just means there's no single injury or illness to blame. No broken bones, no infections, no cancer, and when it comes to managing it, the best advice is often surprisingly simple. Now, you might be wondering, how does low back pain actually play out? A huge new review published in CMAJ looked at almost 18,000 people across nearly 100 studies, breaking down what really happens over time, whether that pain is brand new, a few weeks old, or just refusing to leave. Let's start with acute pain. That's pain you've had for less than 6 weeks. The good news? Most people see a big improvement in the first month and a half. Pain scores drop by about half in 6 weeks, and disability, like trouble bending, lifting, or walking, usually gets a lot better too. But here's what might surprise you. Even after a year, many people still report some discomfort. The average pain score goes from about 56 out of 100 at the start, down to 21 out of 100 at a year. So it gets much better, but for many, it doesn't totally disappear. What about pain that hangs around a bit longer, say between 6 and 12 weeks? That's called subacute pain. The story is similar, but the improvements aren't quite as dramatic. Pain drops from around 63 to 31 out of 100 by the end of the year. So, recovery is slower, and a bigger chunk of those folks are still hurting months later. And then there's persistent pain, which lasts longer than 12 weeks but less than a year. This group has it the hardest. On average, their pain starts at about 56 out of 100, and even after a year, it only drops to around 40. Disability follows a similar trend. There's improvement, but it's not huge. So what does all this mean for you? First, don't panic if you have a new episode of low back pain. Most people get a lot better, especially in the first 6 weeks. Keep moving, use heat, stay active, and only use pain meds if you really need them. But if your recovery is slower than expected, or if your pain is sticking around for months, talk to your doctor about next steps. You might need a different approach to get back on track. And here's a key point. Just because the pain lingers doesn't mean there's something scary going on. Recurrence is common. About 7 out of 10 people will have another episode within a year. But with the right support, education, and self-care, most people can keep moving forward and live well. So if your back is bugging you, remember, you're definitely not alone, and things will likely get better. And if you're concerned about anything unusual, don't hesitate to reach out to a healthcare pro. Take care of your back and take care of yourself. Take care of your back and take care of yourself.